welcome back. Regular viewers will know how strongly I believe that we need to do more to keep children safe from the dark corners of the internet. So I was following with interest the Government and E-Safety Commissioner's long-awaited roadmap for age verification for online pornographic material. It's been sitting on Minister Michelle Rowland's desk since March of this year. Well, this week, the roadmap was revealed, and it's this. Quote, the federal government will not force adult websites to bring in age verification following concerns about privacy and the lack of maturity of the technology, close quote. So the roadmap to age verification has now had such a significant detour that the destination of the map is now no age verification at all. To discuss this development, I am joined by Melinda Tankard Reist, who has been working to protect children from sexualisation for a really long time now. Melinda, welcome to the program. First, why is it so important that we keep... Oh, my pleasure. Why is it so important that we keep online pornography away from children?
Well, all of the global evidence tells us that children are having their developing sexual templates harmed, distorted by the messages and images they learn from pornography. The global porn industry is now the biggest department of sex education for our children. We're seeing the harmful effects play out in our schools every day. There's been a quadrupling of child-on-child sexual assault on a global scale. Adolescent boys in this country, 15 to 19, and now in the largest cohort of sex offenders in Australia in the schools that I go to. Very young girls are telling me that they are sexually harassed daily, that they're threatened with rape if they don't send nudes, that they're sexually groaned, grunted, moaned at, that they get dick pics on their phone. Even girls that I engaged with last week, grades 5s and 6, that was just a normal experience for them. But here we have the federal government caving to the vested interests of the global porn industry, putting porn profits before child protection. It's a very sad day for child safeguarding organisations in this country.
We have age verification online for something as simple as a Dan Murphy's order. Well, I know I've done it myself. And the sky doesn't seem to fall in when we do that. So why is it such an insurmountable problem in this space?
Because of the power and might of this global industry, which wants zero regulation. Our children are seeing porn at the click of a button, rape porn, torture porn, incest, sadism porn, and yet the government has said self-regulate. That's fine with us. I mean, this industry needs to groom the next generation of porn consumers. It's their business model, and the government has handed it to them. Our E-Safety Commission, its sole remit is to protect children, but that's certainly not going to be happening as a result of the government giving the industry what it wanted. And other countries are doing it. We're seeing it roll out in France, in Germany, in the UK. 2 American states are now doing it, but our Australian government has said business as usual for the global porn industry, and every day that goes by, more children are being harmed. They are learning that sex should be painful, that women should be violated, women should suffer. And can you believe, Amanda, that this criminal enterprise was actually given a seat at the table, invited to consult with E-Safety? For example, MindGeek, the parent company of Pornhub, the world's largest dispenser of pornography, is a criminal enterprise exposed for sex trafficking, using videos of rape, videos of children being raped, spy cam footage, women being secretly filmed and their footage used, racist and anti-Semitic porn. That company is being sued by 194 victims right now, and yet was considered an equal stakeholder with groups like mine, Collective Shout, the Alana and Madeline Foundation, and other groups. It's really quite extraordinary that MindGeek, which made not one report of child abuse on its platform in a decade, was invited to the table, and yet this is an outfit that monetizes sexual crime.
We've never really spent more as a nation on things like the prevention of sexual assault and encouraging respect in relationships, even domestic violence. Now, it might not be a neat connection, but we shouldn't ignore the relationship between these social influences and other ills that we see in our society. It's really just bizarre that nobody wants to have that conversation.
Well, porn is acknowledged as a driver of violence in our National Plan of Action to address violence against women and children. It's acknowledged in our highest government documents as a contributing factor to the increase in violence against women. The jury is not out on this. So the government is actually contradicting its own stated position on addressing violence against women. And you know, the fact is we're putting millions of dollars into respect and consent programs, but if you don't rein in the porn industry, you lose. The best respect and consent program cannot compete with the largest sex educator in the world, which is the porn industry.